Breaking Dawn.
Crazy for Jesus. Let's go crazy for Jesus.
Reggaebeats.net. Every day I find another reason why I love you. I find many reasons I can testify. All I wanna do is lay down my life for you. All I wanna do, I wanna be everywhere you want me to be. Cause you're the one who set me free. Oh Lord, honor you with my life, honor you with my soul. Lord, you're in control. Oh Lord, honor you with my mind, love you all the time. Oh Lord, honor you in my life. Only you can make things right. You make things right. Oh Lord, honor you in my heart. Never wanna be apart. I never wanna be apart. Just to
Hey, morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn. Big up Uncle Crazy Man. Crazy, I don't call you, boy. But we wanted to start things in a little mood this morning. You know, parallel God in all your life. It's Thursday. We have the Children's Authority coming in this morning. And we're going to chat with them. That's at the start of the second hour. We also have Dr. Watson on later on this morning as well. So, we're going to get things kicked off this morning in the news day as we say good morning to all the regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. I see the front page here. Horrible accident. A 19-year-old woman was killed in a Port of Spain crash. Lord Father. Crews work around the site of a deadly car crash on the corner of Park and Henry Street in Port of Spain on August the 3rd. August the 3rd. Well, this happened on August the 3rd. That's a month ago? Or is it, or did they make an error here? It's on the front page of the paper, you know. That's all. That's all. It's saying August the 3rd, but today is the 4th of September. And it happened yesterday, right? Look at here. An accident in Port of Spain on September the 3rd left a 19-year-old woman dead and 3 others injured. But on the front page of the paper, on the front page, it's saying August the 3rd. It's the news day. Here you go, do. Venezuelan minister says U.S. strike video is fake. This is what one of our callers was telling us. They're trying to say it's an AI video, an AI-generated video. All right, and Cedros fisherfolk feel safe after the US strike on Venezuelan boat, but say we can't handle war. What war? I still don't understand what war they're talking about. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. All right. Life in the predominantly fishing communities in Cedros appears to be continuing as usual, although they are expressing their concerns about the growing tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela. On September the 3rd, many people from villages including Fullerton, Bonassi, and Icacos in the southwestern peninsula of Trinidad said they were not worried about an attack. However, if conflict does erupt, they fear it will affect not only Trinidad and Tobago's coastal areas near Venezuela, but the entire nation. Well, of course, if there is a conflict and it does erupt, well, there is a conflict, but if it does erupt where Venezuela wanted to take God out of the thoughts and decide to retaliate, right? Because I'm telling you, I think they will blow Venezuela straight off the map. They wouldn't be able to find it again, I'm telling you. If that was to happen. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think what is happening here is that they're going to frustrate the cartel so much where the cartel is going to start losing money. And when the cartels start losing money, they're going to go after the person that they think is responsible for them losing money. And it ain't going to be Trump. Remember, you got a $50 million bounty on Maduro head, eh? All right. The art of war, brother. Criminologists say PM may have been misled about the U.S. strike. Criminologist Darius Figueroa says Prime Minister Kamala Prasad may have been misled by the U.S. government prompting a kill all traffickers comments, and he now warns the nation to prepare for a rougher road ahead. What? If you've bought in lock, stock, and barrel to a strike that doesn't even validate the official word of the Trump administration, then you've bought into a con. The ride will get rougher before it gets any smoother. The road ahead will be bumpy, Figueroa said in a phone interview on September 3rd. And they should express no sympathy, blah, blah, blah. On X, formerly Twitter, U.S. President Donald Trump said he authorized the kinetic strike against what he called positively identified TDA narco-terrorists in the U.S. Southern Command's area of responsibility. But Figueroa insisted that Prasad Vissa's statement was based on misleading information and amounted to an endorsement of extrajudicial killing. Look, all I give people, right? But he can't, because human rights and all kind of nonsense that's come on, and what is the case, Pratt and Morgan or whatever the case. Listen. This is the problem. This is why the world exists the way that it exists in. This is why the legal fraternity is making the kind of money that they're making. It's because of all this nonsense. You understand? We are pretending. You're pretending. Are we going to pretend that drugs aren't smuggled through South America to Trinidad and then from Trinidad to North America and up the other islands? You want to pretend that Trinidad and Tobago is on a transshipment point for drugs, guns, ammunition, and human trafficking? What we want to do? We want to pretend that? Because that is what we do, you know. We just pretend like that don't happen, you know. The same way we like to pretend that the people that come into the country illegally, that some of them ain't criminal. And then we like to pretend that those who come into the country illegally, not contributing to the crime rate. And then we like to pretend. We like to pretend that the ones that did come here, but they are no work. Or the children can't go to school and they can't be educated and they have to put food on the table, that when they can't get a job and they can't earn $1, that they ain't want to pick up a gun and commit a robbery. We want to pretend that is the same case for the locals as well, who can't get the jobs because the people that are coming into the country, either legally or whether legally, I want to say legally or illegally, taking up the jobs through cheap labor, and that employers not paying NIS, so they hire in them instead of locals. We want to pretend that these things don't happen. And then we want to sit down in a little fantasy world and pretend that it does not have an effect on the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, that there isn't a domino effect. We want to pretend that we did not 624 murders last year. We want to pretend that our borders weren't left porous. Right? That we wasn't doing proper border control. We want to pretend that too. Right? All through the pandemic, boat was sailing up to Trinidad and Tobago from South America and people were just jumping off, all down in Chagaramas. But we want to pretend that didn't happen either. All I continue to pretend. Me, I live in the real world. And in the real world, when you're fed up, you're fed up. Venezuelan minister on U.S. lethal strike says the video is fake. Woman aged 19 killed in crash in Port of Spain. Trump says strike will discourage other traffickers. Facebook users divided on PM's call for violent drug crackdown. You're divided. What you divided about? We're divided about. You know, I can understand. We like to pretend like the drug trade does not have a negative effect on society. If you move in drugs, right? Well, it's not illegal drugs like, cocaine and whatever. If you move in these things and it is illegal, and you are smuggling it into countries and then shipping it off, as somebody mentioned yesterday, you have to deal with the demand. Well, part of dealing with the demand, you have to start with the supply. You have to cut off the chain of supply. And when you cut off the chain of supply, if the product cannot be supplied, then there will be no demand. You ever stay away from something for a while in terms of consumption? I could tell you this, and Seth does talk about it. Seth is the one who teach me this. When you go on a diet and you say you're staying away from sugar, you don't even, your body, after about a few weeks, your body does stop feeling for anything with sugar in it. You don't even feel for it. Was that director? That's true. But if you have a constant supply of drugs, whatever drug you take in, and it's there and it's accessible, easily accessible, right? And you continue using it, right? You will never cut the addiction. But if you cut the supply and it cannot be supplied, you'll go through something what they call withdrawal symptoms. You ever hear about that? Or ever hear about withdrawal symptoms? When they put people in rehab and they can't get it fixed and thing, they go through a stage called withdrawal symptoms, right? And then eventually you don't feel for it. Your body not calling for it because it's not getting it. So part of dealing with the demand is cutting off the supply. Beckel says PM's kill traffickers statement reckless. Everything the Prime Minister says reckless. Clergymen urge diplomatic speak from PM. PPP ahead in Guyana election race. Voters complain about slow process at Jamaica polls. Barbados, CARICOM to write US on military vessels in the region. So CARICOM foreign ministers will be writing to US Secretary of State Marco Rubio following a meeting of the group last week. They will be asking for notice where possible on actions that will impact the region and continue dialogue around the US presence in the Caribbean. ex-senior magistrate and attorney joined endorsing at industrial court. Dr. Eric Williams' daughter defends his legacy. His legacy? I saw this, a whole bacchanal over Dr. Eric Williams, over some statement that Dr. Kirk Mego made on his own. Well, he did separate himself and said he does not speak. His statement is not coming from any part of the UNC, but is he making this statement? Because I think he's a historian as well. And he said that Eric Williams was not the first prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, Kirk. I don't know about that. But of course, having made the statement, all kind of people jump out, and this whole back and forth going on, and everybody jumping up to defend Dr. Eric Williams. To defend Dr. Eric Williams? What are they defending? I don't know, the legacy? And then Erica Williams, the daughter of the late Prime Minister Eric Williams, speaks at Central Bank function in his honor. You understand? Where, I wonder where, anyhow. Let me not ask questions like where she may have got her money from. But Eric Williams, I go and say it, I go and say it. You know what I mean? They talk about father of the nation. Father of the nation? Eric Williams? Eric Williams, the transatlantic slave trade, was a scholar on that. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. He knew it inside out. Right? But for me, as a big man, 48 years old, when you grow up, you stop believing in certain things, right? You stop believing in fellas, we have any chimney in Trinidad? All right. So where that fella used to pass? Right? You stop believing certain things in fairy tales and that kind of thing, right? So if you ask me, father of corruption, you understand? That legacy. I just listen to people talk, and I just say, but like, all you're going mad, boy. O'Halloran and all them fellas and them come and feed. Huh? Yeah. We have a soccer. We have a soccer one. Fellas and them come and feed here. Take one set of money from Trinidad and take it out of the country. And when he did, he didn't leave no will. O'Halloran. The gas station scandal man. Eric Williams. When in 1970, black people had to fight. Because they were going nowhere under Williams. Nowhere. They couldn't get a good work. And it's McCandle, Dagger, and them fellas and them with the Black Power movement. It's who fight for the rights of black people to get good work in the bank and all kind of thing. Where Williams was, it's them he was fighting against. It's he was fighting against. Came into power and took black people nowhere. That's where he took them, nowhere. The whole legacy? Nowhere. And they're still nowhere today. At the bottom of the economic ladder. But we want to talk about the legacy. Like they forget this, Eric Williams had banned Stokely Carmichael. All you know Stokely Carmichael, fellas? You don't know who Stokely Carmichael, all you young. All you know who's Kwame Ture? The same person. It's the same person. Kwame Ture was touted by Edgar J. Hoover to be the next black messiah after Malcolm X. You ever hear about the Black Panther movement in the United States of America? That's the guy. And Eric Williams banned calling him undesirable. And he was fighting for the rights of black people. Look down. I think that was in 19... When he banned him, boy? Banned him in around 1967. I think he had banned him around I think it's 1967, you know. The cabinet, they had a cabinet meeting and they take a decision to ban Stokely Carmichael, otherwise known as Kwame Ture. He changed his name after he went to Africa for a while. I think that was back in, all of that would have been in the 60s, man. My memory, I can't remember the exact years and that kind of thing. And then Williams and them had a cabinet meeting and they decided to ban him. They label him as undesirable. You understand? But he's the man, he was the helm of all them things. You understand? All the issues with the borders that we have, the election boundaries, that tilts thing in the PNM favor, that started under Williams. But they call it gerrymandering of the electoral boundaries. All that started under Williams as he said all of that. As a matter of fact, if you remember well, or if you go back and you read or wherever, and you check it out, he had bringing a piece of election machinery at time for election, and one of the candidates get more votes than voters in the actual constituency. You ever hear that, fellas? Let me say that 10,000 people got vote in the constituency. The man get about 11,000 votes. Boy, look now. Well, give me a chance, eh? Anyway. All you got to call and talk about that if all you want. But don't sell me that I stopped buying that Father of the Nation thing long time. I gotta go back and check people's actions. But transatlantic slave trade, boss in that. Anyway, chef, food costing, restaurant and catering operations, one-day workshop, Ramsing Plaza 1 in Chaguanas. And I tell you what, the topics to be covered will be menu writing, cost and quality control, portion control, wastage control, shopping list creation, purchasing, profit and loss, food yielding, food yield testing and more. And workshop material and refreshments will be provided. You will get a certificate of participation, and it takes place on the 6th of September, that is this Saturday. So call Chef right now, 372-4639 or 737-5097, and get yourself registered. Also, I don't know what this happened to the Trinbago Night Riders last night, but we get a blowout from St. Lucia. It was a blowout. I went to take a bath and the game was over. Well, when Night Riders innings was over. They get bowled out for 109. All right? But, nevertheless, we're in a good position. So this cricket season, Flow keeps you in the game as the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Night Riders. Sign up for the Everything You Need plan and win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line. Visit discoverflow.co for details. And of course, this is NLCB approved. And do not forget as well, we have Eden Heights. Yes, we do. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments like live blood analysis, helotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, oxygen baths, and more. Consultation services are also available with Eden Heights, arthritis, sport injuries, heart disease, child counseling, etc. And you can visit them at any one of their 3 locations in Trin City, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. And you can WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at edenheightsdistributors@gmail.com. So make sure and check out Eden Heights today. All right? Although don't stick with that. All right? Make sure and get there for your health. All right? And finally, it has happened to me. All I really didn't know who Stokely Carmichael was, boy, fellas, boy. Nah, man. What did they teach all you in school? All that's serious, boy. Anyway, elders. Maybe all need to go to elders. All you might learn about him. So congratulations on completing your CXC or CSEC exams. Feeling uncertain about your next steps? Look no further, because Elders is excited to announce free CAPE classes, including CAPE Law, taught by the esteemed Mrs. Pamela Elder SC. I don't know how they just do it for free. Disappointed with your CSEC results? Hey, don't give up. Your journey isn't over. Step into success with Elders classes, where a legacy of exceptional teaching helps students rise, rebuild, and reach their full potential. And of course, Elders offers a diverse range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes at affordable rates and flexible times. Explore the offerings of Elders on Facebook and Instagram, or you can reach out to them on 627-8632 or 715-5480 for more details. Remember, it's Elders tried, trusted, and proven, just like Breaking Dawn. So, stay tuned. We will be back after this. We're going to open the phone line, take some calls.
This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsayn, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Why if you need no real pressure right now trying to register for my associate degree? It's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths, real pressure. You know what to do right here. Oh, you looking happy, so?
But I must be happy. I get all my subjects, plus I get one in law. So I look into my register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Well, I'm so glad you tell me about this. I really thankful.
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
All right, people, so we're back. We are 25 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. We got 2 interviews in the second hour. So, you know, I was talking a little bit there. There are a few things that popped up. The concerns by the people in Cedros about war. We have this whole thing with Eric Williams and Erica Williams, his daughter, defending his legacy. Well, why not? You know what I mean? Listen, 30 years. They ran the country for. And I've always said this. While we just talk about corruption today, you could imagine when you are 30 consecutive years in power, how much bubble must you run? And the bubble is there recorded for everybody to see, you know. So I don't know when they're talking about legacy. I don't know what they're talking about, you know. Like I say, as a big man with sense, right? I grew up and have sense now. So fairy tales I don't believe. Morning. Morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I cool. I ain't lying to you. When this whole thing came up with Kurt Mayhoe, I mean, at the end of the day, he made his statement, and yes, he came out and he said this is him and this had to do with the UNC. But for the life of me, you started addressing something this morning there, and I asked myself, did the citizens of this country really remember what Eric Williams did when he was around? O'Halloran and Privat and all of them?
Mm-hmm.
But I figure I always saying it's time for the PNM to take a sabbatical from electoral politics. You know, say 30 years, no interruption.
30 years.
30 years, they invent corruption. Them invent corruption. Why did this country in this state it is today? Because of the PNM style in the politics. If I don't know Stefan and Stefan don't know me, we can't get nothing done. Almighty God bless us with oil and gas and pitch and all kind of different things with money and no value in the Caribbean. They live smaller islands than us, do have half the things we have, their money and more value than us.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
And it for the life of me, the black people in this country, something wrong with all they realize all they be following a cult. Go back and check the
But
history of the
he did
PNM.
nothing for them. He did nothing for them. Let us be real. He did not propel them into a position of prosperity. Let us be real.
Watch it. Manning all them companies after what they come with URP and CPEP. I said I think they keep black people down and in bondage. Had to be struggling right through. Understand that way? See, there's all the people I do like no part of the PNM because when they go back, Stefan, when Eric Williams passed away, you know who was the man supposed to be prime minister of this country? Kamaldin Mohammed.
Kamaldin Mohammed. It's two of them
Kamaldin Mohammed is supposed to be the prime minister.
That's right.
Because
And the hierarchy of the PNM came out and said that the country wasn't ready for Indian prime minister. And then when the Indians realized that, look, they go had to fight tooth and nail, right, to get some sort of power in the country, they went off and they formed their own thing. That is why you have. That is why you have party like the UN. Well, before the UNC, you had all of the opposition coming together and forming the NAR and that kind of thing. It had ONR, all of it, right? So it was a whole. It was a whole coalition of groups that came together to get rid of PNM, and they did so at 33-3. That is how disenchanted people were back then. And I mean that was against the George. It was Chambers, But let us be real. Chambers might lose 33-3, but that is based on 30 years of total neglect and corruption that unfortunately fell on his head.
You ain't give the people nothing. We run and do you all you do you subsidize a set of thing to make we feel all right, thing nice for we. Understand? But really and truly the PNM has been a disaster for this country from an inception. That's why I keep saying it's better to live we under the English and them. Honestly speaking, Stefan, some people might say why he's saying wrong, but fire burn the PNM boy. Fire for them boy did spoil this country boy.
Yeah.
Fire for them boy, and Erica Williams coming to talk about your father legacy. Where you get money when she wanted to lend the country money to for the budget. You ain't married to no billionaire. You ain't married to no rich man. You ain't have no big business.
She was a child at that time.
Understand? But you have money to lend this country. Fire burn the PNM by Stefan by. Fire for them by all of them.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let me go. I don't know, people be talking about legacy now. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing in Venezuela there, everybody, I think nobody don't want drugs running on the sea, right? And whoever it is jump in our boat, and if they really had drugs on that boat, and they're trying that now, they're highly stupid. Who don't know that the U.S. out there with 4 ships and submarine? I don't know which part they live in.
Right.
And secondly, a lot of lawyers in the States, a lot of lawyers around the Caribbean. I mean, I myself, lawyers is not my best friend, some of them. But when you see a boat, a civilian type boat with 4 engines, and you see a big gun mounted, you see and the decision is to blow it out, kill 11 people. I really hope the 11 people is not like when the Coast Guard. Remember, we had a Coast Guard situation here, and the Coast Guard
with the child
would have done, and a child was killed.
Yeah,
and I think the opposition at the time was really. Not only the opposition, I myself, a lot of people didn't like that. Didn't like, hey, what's that? You just open fire on a boat.
Right.
Now, you have to be careful when you're dealing with things of death. Hey, death for you. But the death penalty is still for murder. You running drugs, it have a penalty for that. When you see people get caught running drug, you go make a jail, wherever it is. Deal with them how you're supposed to deal with them. It have maritime laws to deal with people with drugs and things. If you want to change that, that is up to politicians. But people could disagree with that if they want, right? And people have the right also to say, listen, or you could have take out the engines in the boat as the Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard is do that too. Take out the engines, you have the boat under control. Anybody show you a weapon, fire, shot, kill, whatever it is. Secondly, the Eric Williams Museum and the historians and them, not all of them is PNM supporters. Some of them, they go in UE and they will tell you differently in terms of some of the things, why he is considered or why he's going to point. Research is one. The schools and them in the country is one.
What schools?
The secondary schools that beside the ones that we went to, Fatima, beside the well-known schools that we know, the prominent schools that we know, the prestige schools.
Beside the prestige schools, right?
No, those schools only used to take, those schools used to only take persons of a certain religion. Well, I don't want to go into the specific, but I want to I tell people, get a historian from UE who is not a PNM supporter and let them come and talk.
But they can't be a UNC supporter either. They have to be neutral.
Well, we could try and see if we could get somebody and investigate why they just call this man the father of the nation, so we don't pick our side, because I agree with the Prime Minister that it's a non-issue. So even consider that he wasn't the first Prime Minister, that's a non-issue. That's just stupidity for me, you to talk that nonsense.
Right.
I agree with you with that.
All right, cool.
I agree with you with that, right? And black people have reached a lot of places in this country, and to have them down as eating grass, as some people have it, that black people eating grass in the country, that's madness. That is total disrespect to the achievements that black people would have made in this country. That's a disrespect, right? Because if you go to UE now, if you go any graduation, you see a lot of black men and women that would have achieved a lot, and to have them down as they reach no way, that is not I don't agree with that.
All right, no problem. All right, no problem. I can't go into it and go back and forth with you, but morning.
They go central, or you can.
Yeah, what's going on? 15 minutes away from the hour 7 o'clock. Go ahead.
Boy, Stefan, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, you have the Americans in the center, in between everything. You know, anything that passing through there, they're going to ask questions first. And the Americans not just crazy to just bomb anybody just so. When they tell you stop and you don't stop, when they give you orders and you don't follow orders, the last thing they just do is act with violence. So know that before they bombed our boat, the people on the boat didn't respond to any instructions that was given to them when they was passing. So they get what they deserve. And a lot of people in this world, just because they don't like Trump, they condemn everything he do. But when a politician do something good, you must tell them when they do something good as well as when they do something bad. You must be balanced in your approach, whether you like the politician or you like
or you don't like them. Agreed.
Exactly. So when you have an American president or any world leader from a powerful country that decide that he's gonna face a war against drugs, how you could be against that?
No, I mean, look, I can't be against that. Any man fighting right now in Mexico.
Exactly.
It have a whole bacchanal breakout in Mexico because one of their representatives, or one of their people came out on one of the networks, and they said that they welcome the assistance from the U.S. government in dealing with the cartels in Mexico.
Yeah, exactly, Stefan. Because the cartels and them have gotten so big. Some of these
The
fellas in
cartels
these
are funding
cartels have
the
so much
politicians.
money. Yeah, they have politicians, judge, police, everybody in their pocket. This is
Yeah.
$1 billion industry. You
Yep.
understand? And it has been left for over 60 years. What has happened to money when you put in the bank and leave it for 60 years? And it is multiplied.
Yep. Well, not in
Thank you. So
Trinidad, but
imagine
go
what their
ahead.
money looking like now. You understand? So them men have power.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and when you have power with money and you have powerful people in your pocket, it is a recipe for chaos. Have a
That's
good
right.
one, Stefan.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
man.
day.
That's what it is. They spoke about that. I was watching one of the news networks, and this person was talking about it from Mexico. I can't remember the name of the person in the position, but hello, good morning.
Good morning, Stefan. How are you going, man?
Hi there, cool man. Go ahead.
Stefan, the only father I could put as a name for Eric Williams is the father of corruption. Could you imagine if we had had a better education system that was designed by Eric Williams? That is the junior secondary. I know you got people who come and say that, oh, yes, they benefited and they had a good education through the junior system and all kind of thing. But let me tell you something. That was the most segregated and oppressive form of education any society could have gotten for their children. That just goes to show from then, being a child, this man had already segregated this society and to the class people as you supposed to be fitting in this category and you supposed to be fitting in that category. So that one we're talking is now rubbish. Let it put the PNM agenda and try to defend nonsense. And as usual, they was good boys. You know that typical rhetoric that we speak about? It had no crime in Trinidad. It had no drugs and no guns and things. When police shoot these idiots on them who distressing people in our society, they were good boys. Mother crying, grandmother crying because she can't go to church, but she fancy hat that they bring home and hand she and they never ask where they get the money from or where they working or anything like that. And when they get gunned down and killed, there's good boys. Same thing. Everybody know where guns and drugs has come through into our borders.
Yeah.
When America blow them away now, we have to have some kind of reason to investigate. Don't shoot, go and capture them and bring them to justice and all this kind of dotation. You feel the Americans to spend billions and billions of dollars in intelligence to find out here what we need now to go and arrest somebody. You feel within a couple of months there were billions of dollars. Cocaine intercepted from the usual thing going into Miami borders. Where them come from? And let me tell you something. America don't care what people do in the country, you know. You see when they're doing it with American dollars, where you feel they sell drugs and bees or Venezuelan currency, is US dollars is the same thing. When gangsters get contracts from the government from T and then they go and they do the illicit things, it's the equivalent to that. Do what you want in your country, kill out all the people and things, but don't do it with my dollars. That's what Trump telling them. You understand? So, and the best thing could happen is they could, you see that dotish man where Rowley they like, to get rid of him and put some peace in this Caribbean society. Have a good morning, Stefan. Take care.
All right, no problem.
And be anything. Be Indian, be African, be what? Just don't be a PNM. Take care, man.
Oh, God, Lord. Hey, why all this so? Hey, morning. Lord have mercy. What's up?
Morning, Stefan. Morning, Stefan. Is your boy?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now we making a simple situation a very difficult.
Yes, I hardly hearing you. Director. Yeah. Yeah, caller. Go ahead.
We are making a very simple situation, an extremely difficult one, and allowing the profiteer to profit further. You see, all we have to do is to cut the demand for the drug. And it's simple. all of this set of drugs we have in evidence, lace it with cyanide, and let it go. And your problem done in about a month time, you have no drug problem. That solves it. Because they're going to die anyway, but slowly.
Yeah.
They're going to die, but slowly. And on their journey to death, they're going to take innocent people with them. So why are we making this a problem when there's a simple solution right before our very eyes? No, I'm not getting involved in the Eric Williams stupidity because that is a fact that you're quite well stated that we have to try to fix and teach the young people of his real and true legacy. So I don't want to go there.
Right.
But the thing is that all of this millions and millions and millions of dollars in drugs in evidence room lockup, when then people could be having a nice time out there. I'm telling you, I'll be done with that. You have a nice day, Stefan.
Yeah, but no problem. Well, I mean, look. Morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, morning.
I don't know what to say about this Eric Williams thing now. This
Go
is
ahead.
for people who can read and understand. That is their father. It's my father. For years, the narco-terrorism thing and cartels giving trouble. Nobody knows to do nothing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, America want to take a stand and help the whole of the Caribbean. And they have a problem with it.
Yeah. All of a sudden.
You understand? They have a song, the Marcos sing it, Fallen Soldiers. If did everybody know down here, since a couple of weeks now, it has some ships in the sea. And the ship don't have pop gun on it. It's a real gun. It's a no joke. So if you feel you fast and you bad, try to pass. It's obviously they could tell you halt or stop in Spanish, in French, in Patois, and who don't hear his feel.
Right.
Right? And my prime minister never went and danced in no party with Maduro and them. He's not part of that.
Right.
So where the chips fall, where they may.
Where they may. Okay.
Where they may.
All
But
right.
in Eric William, I was doing a little history in the West. I live in the West. One of the unsolved murders in the West, Eric Williams' cousin is alleged did it, and he was never hold or charged just because his cousin was the prime minister. I don't want to call his name. Next thing he worked in TNTech for years, for 40 years, and had no job description. You understand? They take people and they shoot people, they do all kind of thing. And because Eric Williams is his cousin, they was living in the same house together, Bossy House in Maraba. Never was charged. That is that is the father of the nation. Cousin, first cousin. Anyhow, take care. Let it do it wherever. Let it take that how they want. Later.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Just one thing, I mentioned Stokely Carmichael. Stokely Carmichael, when I mentioned that Williams had banned him from Trinidad and labeled him an undesirable, the context to that for the younger generation and these guys in the back who don't know who Stokely Carmichael is or Kwame Ture is that he was Trinbagonian. He was born. He was born in Trinidad and Tobago, a Trinbagonian American, right? And that is the reason why I mentioned that. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Pandey that brought him back to TNT. Basdeo Pandey. Morning. Oi, morning, man. Oi.
Morning.
Yeah, brother, go ahead.
Yeah, man. We sometimes we have to be careful of what doors we open, because depending on the door we open, it will be very difficult to close it. You have to be careful, right? Because it is as black as white on one side as it is on the other side. Okay?
Go ahead.
So, let me don't go down that road. So let's go the road now where the U.S. strike with the vessel in the water. Any retrieval from the vessel in the water? Was there a retrieval?
No, we haven't heard of any retrieval yet.
Right. Was it a airstrike, or was it a ship to vessel strike? Was it a drone strike? Well, what strike it was?
Right, go ahead.
Did
You're
it
asking
come
some
from
good questions. Go ahead.
a aircraft or a drone in the sky, or did it come from a vessel out at sea? You understand? How many individuals was on the craft? And if individuals was on the craft, there may or may not be survivors. And if it had product, whatever the product may and may not be, whether it's drugs or people being trafficked, they would be in the water.
Right.
Right?
Go ahead. All good questions. Go ahead.
You need to grapple with the fact that you need the evidence. These are the same people that these and the English are the same people that Eric D. Williams learned all what he learned from. He learned it from them. And he did learn the art of war from them. Right? But he didn't have no war to fight. What he was fighting, it was political. So he learned all that from them. You want me to tell you one of the things we get from them? When Kamala Prasad Bisesa changed the age from 16 to 18, you see that 16 law for having relations with minors? That we import that from the English. And it was under the UN where we had to change it from 16 to 18. We import that law from the English. Right? Where prominent people in England was having relations and having children under the age, pregnant. And I say prominent people, you're talking doctor, lawyer, go up. Right? So we import that law. Right.
Prominent people do indulge in very, very unscrupulous things, so go ahead.
Right. So it have a lot of things that we import from them. And as I told you all before, when you're growing up, you just do a lot of stupidness when you're young.
And as you get older and you mature, you realize that you look back and you say, boy, I was,
So as a nation, we're 63 years old as a nation. Yeah? So if information is coming to the fore now that we understand certain things, yeah? We understand America and England, them is big killers. If you want to talk, them is killers. But when you kill 1,000 of people, you're not a murderer. The whole Indian and them society in America.
You're saying that America and England are murderers? I'm not talking about back in the we ain't talking back in the days when man was riding horse and thing and they was invading this land and that land and the other land,
Right. How they sold what they did. They say they were savages, right? And they didn't just they didn't have enough bullets to kill them. They started to bring smallpox, chicken pox, whatever pox in the blanket. Right? So it's as wide as it is broad. But if America want to deal with drugs, right? Allow America to deal with drugs. They had two things to deal with drugs on. Home by them, right? The demand and they deal with the supply. Let them deal with it. But you have to show me, just as how you couldn't show us where you went for the weapons of mass destruction, you didn't find one. You have to show where this vessel or any other vessels that we catch, look, this is the evidence, and we destroy it. We caught whoever we caught, and so we're moving on. And it could be fear tactics, it could be AI, we don't know, but you have to present the evidence.
All right.
Evidence is in the water. That is what you have to do.
All right, no problem, my brother. Thanks a lot. All good questions and legitimate concerns. I have to take a break. We are currently 2 minutes past the hour, 7 o'clock. We have 2 interviews coming up in the second hour. I know the phone line hot this morning, but we gotta just pause for a cause, and we're gonna be back after this break. But as we go to the break, I do want to remind you of a few things. Keolic, that's right. Of course, we got several products in the Keolic range, all backed by science, with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, all made from the aged garlic extract. So we got the Keolic cleanse and digestion. We also have the blood pressure health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the circulation health, and they are all proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels. You have the Keo green powder drink mix as well as the Keo Dophilus probiotics. So to pick up any product in the Keolic range, you can just go to a pharmacy or health store across the country, and for more information, you can WhatsApp them on 728-0338. That is 728-0338. Don't forget, Chef Shiraz has the 3-day cooking class. It's an Asian cuisine cooking course in Chinese, North Indian, and Manchurian, Hakka, and Thai. All right, that's the Asian cuisine course. The 3 days, Saturday the 6th, the 13th, and the 20th of September. And all raw materials will be provided. So give Chef a call on 372-4639 or 737-5097 and get going today with that course. All right? And finally, Seth Wyall aboard. Seth has the Holistic Health Clinic powered by nutritional therapy. So stop managing a disease when you could reverse it naturally. And they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, digestive disorders, hypertension, and cardiovascular diseases and more. Drug-free, supplement-free root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You can call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Make sure and check out Seth today, book your appointment, and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. So, I tell you what's going to happen. We have our guest in studio already. We got Anjuli Tawari, manager of the foster care unit at the Children's Authority, and they're going to chat with us. And we also have a former foster care parent, Natasha Jones, and she will share a little bit of a story in terms of foster care. So, of course, this is the month of adoption and foster care, and the Children's Authority just educating people on this month as it relates to adoption and foster care. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure it's the results she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh, 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online. So we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street at Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Have you thought about where you're going for lunch today? Well, Tante's Creole Food serves the best in local dishes at a great price. They're located at Altas Paniada, Duke Street, Port of Spain. They offer the best in Creole, Chinese, and curry dishes. Don't miss their after-work special and soup Saturdays. It's cow heel, oxtail, pigtail, and chicken foot soup. And also, fish broth is on the menu. Give them a call or WhatsApp 734-3398 or simply visit them at the All-Star Paniada, Duke Street, Port of Spain. Safe and secure parking is also available. Tante's Creole Food, the best in town. Check them out today.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chiguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
All right, people, so we're back on Working Dawn. We're 10 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. For the next 15 minutes, we'll be chatting with these lovely ladies here. And they are Miss Anjali Tiwari, who is the manager of the foster care unit at the Children's Authority. And we have a former foster care parent, and that is Miss Natasha Jones, who is with us this morning. And this is the month of adoption and foster care. So the Children's Authority, they are doing an educational drive, so to speak, in terms of, letting you know what is going on, what is adoption, what is foster care, because, well, there's a difference between the two, obviously, which we're going to find out here from both of the representatives. So, good morning, ladies, and welcome to Breaking Dawn. Nice. Great. All right, so first off, well, I'll start with Anjali here, in terms of defining foster care versus adoption.
Sure. So, everything is set up to we always start with that. Foster care is temporary, adoption is permanent. So, the reason foster care is temporary is we are actually working in the background with families. So, if it is we have to remove a child because they're in danger or risk of abuse, we can place a child temporarily with a safe foster family while we're working with the birth families to see if we can get them back to a safe space.
Okay, now, what would be the process in terms of somebody applying to become a foster care parent, a foster parent?
So when persons contact the authority, we make sure we explain what foster care is so you know what you're signing up for. And then we have a very thorough vetting process, which is legislatively mandated. We do a home assessment, make sure your home is safe. We do in-depth interviews with everybody who's involved in your home. We do a psychometric test to make sure you're psychologically sound. Background checks, we do training. We also do reference checks, we do a medical, so it's very thorough. You have to give a police certificate of character, and when all of those things are done, you take it forward board, you're approved, and you're added to our register of approved foster care providers.
How long could that process take?
If you work alongside us, it could be as short as 3 to 4 months. So it's intense, so we want to make sure that we're placing children in safe homes.
But that's important, especially given today, where you have all of the Looney Tunes running around, because they all know what's going on, right? Now, Natasha is a former foster parent, and I understand from Angeli, if you are, there's a certain level of anonymity, right, that has to be kept when you're a foster parent. All right, but so you're a former foster parent. All right, so could you tell us what does it mean to be a foster parent? And what should persons expect then? Because you're going to be taking in a child that don't know you.
Yes.
And you don't know the child.
Yeah.
Right? So as it would stand, when you are part of a home and you have parents, you come from them. So you might have their little traits and characteristics and whatever. They say that child just like you, but oh God, that just like your mother or your father. Right, but this is not your child. This is totally different. What do people or what should people expect?
Well, it's very. I don't know if it was different, but I embraced this baby like it was my own. So, I had a friend who worked with Children's Authority. She was a lawyer there. Told me quite a few things that happened that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago with regards to children. And me being this empath, and I had worked in the media for years and had done a lot of shows with women and children, I thought, Natasha, you can do this. Put your money where your mouth is. And I was, after all of what Angeli said, it was a very stringent process to become a foster parent. I thought, you know what, I can do this. And after that period, for me, it was just after COVID, so it took a lot longer because a lot of the interviews were done online. And then I thought to myself, can I really do this? And I was terrified and I was actually getting cold feet. And I'm really glad that I went through this process because my experience was really very positive. When you think about it, being a foster parent is, you know that this child is not going to be yours. You've been told this. A lot of times we're into relationships and you expect that the relationship will last forever.
Yeah.
But this one you are clear. So you are preparing this child as well for reintegration with a family member. So you find yourself doing things to help this child feel assimilated into not only feeling a sense of belonging, but knowing that the world can be trusted. So it was for me a very, very wonderful experience. I can't tell you the amount of miracles I saw, the amount of support that I had from my friends. I had a friend because I work on air on a weekend, so I needed for that particular period on a Saturday and a Sunday to have someone babysit. And my good friend Kelly would come and she would babysit religiously. And if I didn't, I would take the baby into the studio with me and bottle in hand, open up the mic, you talk, and then you play with the child inside the studio. You became creative and inventive. But my main focus was that there may be 16-year-old children who got pregnant, want to study, want to go back to school. There may be situations where families just cannot cope.
Yeah.
And a lot of women who have postpartum depression. So I chose, because you have an opportunity to choose what age group you wanted. I wanted birth to maybe about 2 years old. So I had this baby for 2 years. I had her from 2 months to 2 years.
Okay.
And then she was reintegrated with her family. And I am now, from afar, given a lot of updates. I get pictures through my caseworker, and they keep in touch with me. They give me pictures as my baby has been growing with her family. They allow me to send presents for birthdays and Christmases, books for school.
Just to be clear, this is when you say her family, this is not
Her parents.
Parents as in birth parents?
Her birth parents.
Okay.
So we were able to work with the family in the background, and fortunately in this instance, we were able to reintegrate her safely
Back
with them.
into...
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
all right.
And that's really what the whole thing is. You hold on to a child, you give a child a sense of stability, love, and a sense of belonging in your home. I have my own children as well, so they also were involved, and they grew, and they evolved, and they learned a sense of empathy and to love someone as a stranger as anything.
That's interesting that you have kids of your own. Two things jumped out at me here. One, that you have children of your own, and then you bring another child into the mix here. Any questions you had to answer from your children, or were they adults?
One is they were late teens, and one is an adult. He has his.
Oh, late teens. All right, so it's not like little children that.
No, but,
you're right,
but they also got very, very involved, you know,
Right.
in the whole process. And I was telling Anjali that my daughter, I had to leave my baby with another foster parent for a few days while I took my daughter, accompanied my daughter to university. And,
Right.
and while there, she was given a task with a journalist to write a story about someone who changed their lives forever. And the journalist said, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful. You have to share this with your mom."
Right.
I thought the child was writing about me, but she was writing about the baby. And she spoke about the fact how this child impacted her world. But when she ended it, she said, you know, and she called the baby's name, and she said, "You are my sister with everything except blood. You know, everything but blood. And I will always look for you, and I always will be, you're always a part of me." And we really, really loved her with our everything. She wasn't, even when I left her with the foster parent, it freaked me out, it stressed me. I had to take her a few times so that she can assimilate in the space. She got to know the foster parents, children, and let me tell you, I met the most amazing community of humans we have here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
People who are selflessly looking after people's children as their own, and we sometimes used to meet in like the gardens or a park so that we could still keep connected, and the children could connect. It was a really beautiful experience.
I think it's something that you gotta understand the responsibility that you're being called upon. You know,
it is.
It's a huge responsibility.
It's a huge, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that, you know, I was very lucky that my situation was it was really a great example of how the system works.
Yeah.
And even with the reintegration with her parents, and how they have been really in a space where they are now able to give her what she deserves.
Okay. Anjali, in terms of like the process, right? Of course, there are interviews, right?
Yeah.
People have come in for interviews and that kind of thing, right? You know, I know you all say you have to make sure that this child is going into the care of people that you could trust.
Yes.
All right. So I would imagine that financial background, of course, has to be taken into consideration as well.
Yeah.
In terms of that sort of background, what would be required?
So,
like what type of financial stability
so what we're
is
looking
required
for
this?
is persons who can financially look after themselves, so that you can pay your own bills, your own rent, your own transport. What we are going to do is, once we approve you and place a child with you, we continue to support you, meaning a caseworker is assigned to you, providing you with sort of assistance, as well as we're giving you training, but we're also giving you financial support for the child's care.
Okay.
Now, what we do ask is, obviously, you know, that is a process of payment. We ask the persons financially are able to see about that child for a bit until the payment comes in, because we have to account for government funds, etc.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you do have to be stable. You can't be banking on this money to come immediately, because there is a process for that payment.
Okay. And there's a survey of some time that takes place.
At this point in time, we are at an all-time low of applicants for foster care, and we desperately need foster parents. Every day I get calls for placement, and I don't have enough foster parents to be able to place children.
What children are you talking about here?
If you think about, there's currently hundreds of children in the children's homes. We are trying to move away from children's homes. We're trying to move towards placing children with family environments. So the ideal setting is really to place children in foster families.
Right.
Yeah, so really and truly, we do get calls quite often. So we have maybe just over 100 foster parents. We need much more than that. So we are appealing to the public to get in touch with us to kind of start that process, see if foster care is for you.
And how do people get in touch with you?
So we ask persons to give us a call on 627-0748, extension 40988, or they can email us at fostercare@ttchildren.org, or they can find out a little bit more information and download an application pack at our website, www.ttchildren.org.
Okay. It's interesting, you know. I mean, you walk around here in society. You come out and you do your daily business. You know, you get up in the morning, you go to work. You might go have a breakfast, have a lunch. You sit down with your co-workers. You talk about whatever's the conversation of the day. Then you go home. You have your dinner, you sit down, you might watch a little television if you could. You might not watch TKR versus St. Lucia last night. That was a horror movie if you're a Trinidadian fan. But, but you know what I mean, you go home and you have your daily stuff, your routine, right? And then while you're in that routine, you know, you never really stop to think, well, you know, what somebody else is going through.
And all of this is going on in the background.
But you know, when you stop to think about it, if you're in a school, and you're sitting in a classroom, and you're going home to your really nice family, and you know that the person next to you is having a hard time in their family, they're coming, they don't have food to come to school with, and you think to yourself, how come I won the lottery with these amazing parents, and this person is going home to this?
Yeah.
And then it will tell you that if you have to share. And if we want to have a better Trinidad and Tobago, we have to become, you know, part of the solution. We really do.
Serious. Yeah,
and we came from a generation. Yeah. I'm sure your granny had people that you thought were your cousins, that they were really your cousins.
Exactly. You know about uncle and auntie? It
took a village to raise a child. And for some reason, we've lost that sense of community and that sense of care for each other. And I think it's really good if we could take a look at ourselves and think to ourselves, what can we offer to make these children's lives better? Because it is community service. Parenting is community service. It is helping people to be better citizens in this country, and if we can help to be part of that, bridge that gap, we could be that bridge.
And how do children end up in foster care, by the way?
So,
because like, and not only how do they end up, because the reason why I ask is, right, as you were talking about community and village raising a child, I remember I think it was I was in Chabonas. I think I know about the extra foods there on the highway. And people have a habit these days of begging.
Yeah.
And they have the children there with them.
Oh, gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Whether it be for sympathy purposes or whatever. You know, hot sun, the children are sitting down there, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, does the authority, like, I mean, I don't know whose job it is, because you all do have a unit that goes outside and says, hey, look, these children in the wrong place at the wrong time, right? But people, adults do put children in very compromising situations.
Absolutely.
So I don't even want to get into the thoughts of like child prostitution and that kind of thing, because that will get me sick in my stomach. But in terms of these things, right? Like how do you all, how does one get into foster care? Is it something that parents you have a child, parents come in and they bring the child and say, listen, I can't take care of the child
So
right now, or
So we
you all
actually
go
do
out
have.
and-
So
yeah.
now we actually do have calls where some family members call us and say, look, right now I'm struggling. Things are bad. I don't have money to feed my baby. You know, and so we're able to either refer them to support services or send our investigations teams out to determine, does this child need to be received into care? Whether
Right.
it's temporarily, you know, we sort of do our legit investigation because we want to ensure we're not just breaking families up just so.
Yeah, right,
We
yeah.
want to make sure that a child is in danger, at risk of abuse, neglect, and sometimes neglect is not just abandonment. It could be a child is medically neglected, educationally neglected. So when reports are made to us at the authority, so children have to meet certain criteria before they're removed from circumstances of danger. They're
Right.
being at risk of abuse, witness to violence, and then they're placed into care, whether it's foster care with a fit person, with a kinship foster parent, and that's where we approve relatives, granny, auntie, sister, brother, step-parent. We actually support them as well to care for children, so we're not placing children with strangers.
Right.
But I know traditionally we have relied on children's homes, but we're really hoping that we come to a point where there's so many foster parents, we don't have to rely as much on children's homes.
And what is the age, the minimum age that a child is put into foster
Newborn.
care? From newborn.
We can actually place straight from newborn. If a child is at the hospital and it's not safe for that child to be returned to their birth family, we can actually take a child in. But we have to have foster parents who are willing to take a newborn.
And just two questions here before we wrap up. One for Anjali and one for Natasha. I'll start with Anjali first. Can a child enter a situation of foster care and then be adopted?
So we don't encourage persons to get into foster care with the hopes of adoption. You can apply to the adoption unit.
Right.
That's a separate process. However, you can be a foster parent and be on the adoption list, but it's two different categories of children. With foster care, we are intentionally working with the parents in the background to see if we can return this child. Not every child is freed for adoption. That's certain criteria that need to be met. So we don't want persons to think that they're coming into foster care and it will eventually lead to adoption. I'm not saying that
Right.
can't happen, but we want to manage expectations.
It's not something that you're saying they should keep their hopes up
It's
for
not automatic.
because of the attachment that could happen.
Yeah, attachment will happen
Will happen,
regardless.
not
But we want to make sure we're managing expectations. At
Right.
the end of the day, foster care is temporary. We are trying. Part of being a foster parent is you have to be willing to say goodbye if that time comes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Natasha, in part of that answer, I've got part of the question. That separation now.
Letting
what
go.
is the letting go
Yeah.
part? The letting go part of the whole process now, because a child has been with you for so long,
Yeah.
they've grown on you.
Listen to me.
You've
I
grown
talk
on
about
them.
it, my throat still constricts at times.
And isn't the hardest part of foster care? Is that last
I wouldn't say
separation
the
part?
hardest part, but it's very, very hard. I think the
Uh-huh.
hardest part for me was being a free spirit and having had children and having my wings clipped, because I made sure that this child needed a lot more and needed a lot more attention. So until she became more, she became like me, very free-spirited, but she started very close, and it was like a plant, just seeing her grow, and that was the most beautiful part. Letting go was really hard, but from day one, I was always told, Natasha, this is not your child.
Right.
So I was always aware that this relationship was one day going to move, and it was not about me, it was about her, and it was about giving her the best opportunity to bridge to being back with her parents. So that moment she wasn't going to be in a group home where she was just a name or a number, or she was in a hospital where she was lying on her back. She was going to be part of a family
Right.
where she would feel loved. So that was the part where I knew that what I was doing was the right thing, and that letting go was inevitable.
Part of the process.
And I just had to come to terms with it, which is, and most relationships we think forever, as we talk about. But this one I knew, and the thing about it is, I have to give kudos to Children's Authority. People may say all the things that they want to say about them, but I had a team that anytime I had an issue or question, they were always available. When my baby was reintegrated with her family, I had psychological support. My tribe that helped, who were also attached to her had psychological support as well. It was offered to my family, whether they wanted to take it or not. We still have Zoom meetings where all the community gets together once a month, and we are taught how to navigate through certain challenges that may arise. My baby was a baby. There are people who have much bigger children, but I'm still privy to a slew of information that will help me in my daily life, because there's a very great psychologist who shares a lot of information, and then you have people asking questions. So even though my baby is gone, she's not fully gone, because they still connect with me. To now, they still keep in touch and share information and pictures. And also, I still have a community of people that are amazing angels in Trinidad and Tobago. So if you want to see angels in Trinidad and Tobago, because you always get the bad story, you always get the negative story. There's a lot of good that's happening here. And there are a lot of people who are truly invested in the future, you know, citizenry.
Nice one. And oh yes, can someone, just finally here, can someone be a foster parent today and then more than once?
Definitely. So whereas, like, say for example, Natasha has decided, you know, she prefers to advocate for foster care now as opposed to being a current foster parent, you can have multiple children come and go. You know, you can have short-term, long-term, medium-term foster care. We really work with the individual and their lifestyle and the age of child that they want. And I do want to make a quick plug. I do want to thank all of our amazing foster parents. The commitment and the hard work that they put in, we couldn't do our jobs without them. And I do want to appeal to the public, open your hearts and open your homes to foster care.
All right. So people get in contact with the Children's Authority today. 627-0748.
Yes.
And the extension is 40704?
40988.
40988.
Yes.
All right, that's 40988. All right, so it is 627-0748, and the extension is 40988. That is directly to the foster care unit, and you will get any other questions that you want answered, any other information that you need, you will get it from them there at the Children's Authority. So, you know, step up today. All right. I want to thank Anjali and, of course, Natasha for coming this morning.
Thank you for letting us share my journey.
No problem. It's a terrific journey. And I tell you what, we're going to take a break. When we come back from the break, we got Dr. Watson coming up next. I think dehydration is the topic. And I might be a little dehydrated since I come back from New York. That cold coming back into the, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe she'll have the answers to me. We'll be back after this. Stay tuned.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Cricket is Caribbean passion, pure energy and pride. That's why Flow is proud to be the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Knight Riders for CPL 2025. Win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home line when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. One identity, one beat, one rhythm. Visit discoverflow.co to learn more. Promotion approved by the NLCB.
Boy, what going on? Why you looking stressed out? Why, if you need no real pressure right now, trying to register for my associate degree. It's real expensive, plus I have no maths. I didn't pass maths. Real pressure. You know what to do right here. Why you looking happy, so? But I must be happy. I get all my subjects plus I get one in law. So I look into going to register to do my law degree right now.
Serious?
But why you didn't do Form 6 like me? In LS, it's free, plus your parents could save money for your university as well. And you could even do your maths at the same time.
I could do over my maths?
I'm telling you. Let me go now and register.
I have to go and sign up for it.
But you sticking, you should have come here a long time, you know.
Well, I'm so glad you told me about this. I'm really thankful. Like,
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com. Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open minds education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open minds education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we start that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645 855-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn this morning, 90 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We got Dr. Watson on standby. She's on Zoom, and we're going to talk about dehydration in the dying patient. But before we do that, Flo is bringing the cricket action home. You could win tickets to TKR home matches or an all-inclusive finals home lime when you sign up for the Everything You Need plan. Plus, enjoy 25% off for 6 months. Flo, the official telecommunications partner of the Trinbago Night Riders, and of course this is all NLCB approved. And we also have coming up on the 6th of December, that's right, the 6th of December, we have the gospel choir event Divine Harmonies. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to encourage all of the churches, all of the religious organizations, those of you have your house of worship and you have your choir, okay? Enter your choir, because your choir will be singing for a grand prize of $100,000. All right, this is the ultimate gospel choir event that you want to register. 719-9599, 719-9599. That is the number to call, and you can get yourself registered as a choir to perform at this event. You bring out all of your congregation, to all the pastors, the priests, the religious leaders. You bring out all of your congregation and you put them there to go and support the choir, man. And it's going to be a terrific evening at the Queen's Park Savannah of worship and glory, man. All right, so the cost of a ticket is $160, and of course it is $300 for the all-inclusive. And like I said, you can WhatsApp 719-9599. You can get all the information on this. This is a terrific competition. It is the first of its kind in Trinidad and Tobago. And next year, well, after this year, this may be an international competition. So look out and get yourself registered and be there. Get your tickets early. All right? Nice one. Finally, in terms of the ad-libs, I got to remind you about, give me the play coming up this weekend. Yeah, man. You don't leave foul to watch corn. You don't leave foul to watch corn. All right. This is at the Naparima Bowl. It takes place this Saturday and Sunday. Oh, they're laughing in the back. The artwork here. From the time you see the artwork, you have to laugh. All right. So make sure, go out and take in this play. I know what I tell you already. This play is going to be hilarious. All right. Of course, it is. Let me just pull it up here. RS and RR Production Theatre, and you know, they packed Queen's Hall over the weekend, and they're headed to the Naparima Bowl this weekend. And we're talking about is it the 6th? Yeah, the 6th and the 7th. All right, and on Saturday, the showtime is 8:30 p.m. Sundays, it is 6:30 p.m. So make sure and get your tickets for this. I tell you, I'm watching this artwork here, I just had a laugh yesterday. It's a new scandalous comedy about love, betrayal, and best friends. Okay? So K-Squared Fashions in C3 Center, Brentwood Mall, Shagona, and Brentwood Mall, Shagonas, they have tickets, as well as Friends of Marabella at the Roundabout in Marabella. They have tickets as well. And you can go to the box office at the Naparima Bowl, and they are open from 12 noon to 6 p.m. daily. So make sure and check them out and get your tickets, all right? You don't leave foul to watch corn. All right, man. And just before we get to Dr. Watson, I must big up the CAL crew, the Caribbean Airlines crew that flew us back from New York City. I forgot yesterday. I want to big up Mr. Kendall Sharp. Kendall, good morning to you. And I had to big up the crew. It was a very entertaining flight back. Very entertaining. Kendall Sharp, he made, all the passengers. We had a laugh. They were very courteous. It was performance and customer service right up to the max. I in line. Now I went up on JetBlue, and JetBlue give you a light snack for a 5-hour flight. A light snack and a drink. The light snack, I get 2 biscuits, it's about this big. That's the size of the biscuit I get from JetBlue. Biscuit or something, some kind of some kind of thing. And the handmade is a little pack so with 2 little biscuits in it. That is what I get for a 5-hour flight. But on Cal, we must acknowledge, we get some curry on Cal. We get curry chicken and rice. We got a meal. Yeah, not chicken curry. They announced it as chicken curry and then they reversed it to curry chicken and everybody applauded them. But that was Kendall Sharp, that's his thing, you know what I mean? But no, we have to acknowledge Cal. We got service, real good service on the flight back. I'm telling you, second to none, tremendous customer service. And that meal, that meal tastes good, boy. Chris, tell me that curry tastes good now. Yeah, it tastes good, I ain't lying. But that's one thing, Carl will give you, yes, get a meal with Carl, Remember I was telling you that, Chris? JetBlue, 2 little biscuits. I ain't able. Fly Carl, or let us fly Carl now. And done the story, all right? And big up Kendall Sharp and the other flight attendant to the lady. Oh gosh, boy, they were very nice. I ain't lying. And Kendall, if you have a number, WhatsApp it to 3277400. Apparently my stepfather taught you. Yeah. So you see how small the world is? Anyway, we got Dr. Watson with us. And Dr. Watson is with us via Zoom. And we're going to be talking about dehydration in the dying patient. Doc, morning to you.
Good morning, Stefan. How are you?
I am fine.
Right. So
talk to us.
This topic was, I wanted to do this topic because I went on a home visit and I see patients dying all the time. So I know exactly what it looks like. And I was reminded that, Nadia, you are the one that will see patients dying all the time, but the families are not going to see this. So therefore, they may panic when they see certain things. And I think the biggest thing that they panic about is when the patient stops eating or drinking. So let me explain. Family members will say, Dr. Watson, she hasn't eaten in 2 days. She's very dehydrated. She's probably very hungry. Now, in a dying patient, and I always tell people this, I do it so it's simplified. I say, when you are born, you go and you look for food and you look for sustenance and you cry. When you die, you do the opposite. You do not need sustenance. You do not need water and all of these different things because your body is naturally shutting down. It's a natural process for a patient in the active dying stage to not want to eat and drink. And you will find that, like a patient that has metastatic cancer and has been given maybe 3 months to live, family members will see that after a period of time, it will go from eating little bits to not wanting anything at all. And this is actually normal. All right. When we go into medical school, we don't learn about death and we are looking at the signs of dying and all of these different things. So as doctors, even doctors are not too familiar with how a patient behaves during the active stage. And the reason I want to talk about this as well is because a lot of families will panic and take their family member into hospital. And guess what happens when they go into hospital? We have to do everything in our power, because that's how we're trained, to keep this person alive. It doesn't matter if it's a very poor quality of life. It doesn't matter what else goes on. We have to keep them alive. So we put in IV fluids. We put tubes down in their nose and we give them a set of food and a set of fluids. Now remember, Stefan, your body is shutting down. If your body is shutting down, it means that your lungs not working properly, your heart not working properly. And if we pump a set of fluids into that patient, the patient is not able to deal with that capacity of fluid. And therefore you get a whole set of fluid gathering into the lungs, and then you also get a lot of fluid coming out of their blood vessels into the periphery. So that's why you see the patient looking so swollen.
Right.
And then what do we do from there? The body can handle the excess fluids. The patient goes into a respiratory distress, meaning they could barely breathe. You could see them trying to catch their breath. And what do? Let's hope that we don't intubate them, meaning put a tube down in them through their throat and attach them to a machine, because this person is naturally dying from some sort of terminal illness, and we put them on a machine. And that, what sort of life is that, Stefan? So I wanted to educate people on this, because it is normal at the end of life for an actively dying person to not want to eat and drink. After we see the patient swell up because we put the fluids in and we put the tube down their nose, you know what we do is then get them Lasix. Well, not me. I'm just saying what has happened.
Yeah.
You give them Lasix to clear out the excess fluids, because you realize the patient in distress because they short of breath because their lungs filling up with fluid. And then they give a set of Lasix to empty it out, and then you're back to square one. So let me explain. When you're in the active dying process and you stop eating and drinking, you go into something called ketosis. Ketosis actually causes your body to release things like endorphins. So it makes you feel happy, gives you a sense of euphoria. The patient is not hungry, they're not thirsty. This is a natural process that occurs. So it is really understanding what happens at the end of life for a dying person that I want to stress on. The patient is not uncomfortable. What we should be practicing at this point, Stefan, if a patient cannot eat or drink, and let me tell you the next thing, Stefan. If a patient cannot eat and drink and you put food into their mouth, or you put fluid into their mouth, and they could barely swallow, at the end of life, you can't even swallow properly, because of swallowing takes a lot of muscles.
Wow.
Chewing takes a lot of muscles. So some of them can't even swallow. So when you put food or drink in, you have to be very careful before the food goes into the lungs. It's called aspiration. And then they end up in another critical situation where you have an aspiration pneumonia. So if the patient is refusing food or just cannot swallow, you have to just let it be. And what you need to do, Stefan, is practice mouth care. Now go and give you that quiz, Stefan. Let me hear what mouth care is.
No, well, mouth care right now, I think I need some, because I come back from New York and all my lip and everything cracking up, and I feel I need some of that right now.
So yes, mouth care is when we actually, one thing I've learned, Stefan, no matter how sick a patient is, once they can speak to me, you know what they tell me? My mouth dry.
Yeah.
They tell me my mouth dry. So mouth care at this point is essential. Now, some days, Stefan, mouth care is putting glycerine in the mouth to coat it, putting a little bit of fluid or little drops of water onto the tongue, and putting lip balm on the lips. What I've realized is that if it is that a patient is having difficulty eating or swallowing, sometimes when you do the mouth care, they are able to actually take food in because their mouth is moist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, even after you do the mouth care, some patients may pick up and actually, after a day or two, start to eat or have a little bit of fluid. A lot of people will ask me, well, what if they want to eat and you've only given them a few days or hours? I had 1 or 2 patients that ate up to the last day until they died.
Right.
But this is because they wanted to eat and they were able to swallow. The majority of patients do not. All right. So I always tell families there will be very good days and there can be very bad days. But over time, you will see more of the bad days, meaning this will happen until the patient could no longer take food, and this is normal.
Right.
So that is the topic today, Stefan.
Yeah, no, I line, but listen, the little, no, serious, as you talk about mouth care, I could just imagine how the level of discomfort that a patient at that level is being, right? Because I'm telling you, I come back and I now telling Chrissy, my cameraman, I say, your lips ain't dry, boy, it ain't cracking up. He say, yeah, boy. I don't know if it had to do with the cold, with coming out of that little cold weather, coming into the hot sun of back in Trinidad and Tobago, but I ain't lying. And I drinking real water.
But, Stefan, you see how uncomfortable you feel with a dry mouth. You understand? So, if a patient, when families tell me, What about drips? They're dehydrated. And I try to explain why I'm not giving them a set of fluid because of the fact that the organs shut down and they'll get fluid overload. I tell them practice mouth care because let me tell you, the patient don't want to eat and drink. They're not feeling thirst or hunger because they are dying in the active stage. And this is natural. This is a natural process. But they will always, always complain to me about mouth care. So mouth care at this point, so I stress it out. I say, yes, they cannot eat and drink. I say, even if they could eat and drink, how are you going to if you put food in your mouth and it's like sandpaper, how are you even going to chew and swallow that? It's going to stick right there in your mouth. So practice the mouth care, all right? And if by some chance your family member boosts up in the next day or two and want to eat something, give them. But if they're absolutely telling you no, let it be a natural process. Let the patient be at home. Let the patient, don't rush them into this hospital where they die alone most of the times, where they're force-fed through tubes and fluid overloaded with IV fluid.
I wouldn't want anybody to, I wouldn't want to be like that. I wouldn't like to be lying in a hospital bed. And we've always spoken about that as well, that the best place to die is at home. In your own bed, under your own roof, with people that you're familiar with around you, your family members and that kind of thing, right?
Yes, that is actually the best thing for the patient.
Yeah, I mean, the smell of a hospital alone, I think, will kill me. You understand? No, serious. Hospitals have a kind of smell. They have this specific kind of smell. That smell alone could kill you.
Dettol. Is that kind of Dettol smell or some kind of thing?
Some kind of smell. All of them just like they smell the same. You understand? Just that alone could kill me. So I agree with you. I think, once you understand, and that's what we want to get people to the understanding, to understand, is that, look, there are certain things you cannot reverse.
Right.
That's
exactly correct, Stefan. Sometimes the home visits I go to, there'll be 89-year-olds and 90-something-year-olds, and the change in behavior, everybody's shocked, but she was doing this yesterday, and why is she not doing all of these things? And I sometimes have to step back and tell them, you do understand that everyone dies, and you do understand that they're in their late 80s into their 90s. And this is a natural process because maybe they are in the active stage of dying, or I understand by watching them and examining them, they are in the active stage of dying. No one lives forever, and these things are normal. So I'm trying to normalize that. It sounds a little bit morbid, but that's what I try to normalize it when I go to families' homes and I start saying all of these things will be new for them, but it's to normalize it. And Stefan, I did this on my top tip, this dehydration in the dying patient. It got over 47,000 views.
Yeah.
So it means that a lot of people have gone through this. A lot of people commented how they were feeling guilty for years for not giving their family member food and drink, putting tube down their nose and giving them IV fluid. And at least when I spoke about this topic, they actually could relax and let go, because then they understood, yes, I did the right thing.
You did the right thing, yeah.
Yeah, this is also for people out there who experienced this and you made a choice to keep the family member at home and just hug them and love them and not send them in hospitals for IV fluid and set a tube down their nose and everything. This is for you all to tell you that you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I think once people know that, there's a certain comfort, there's a certain comfort for them.
Yes, it is.
In the worst stages of death. And so often you don't understand certain things until after. And sometimes you continue to question if you made the right choice, if this was the right decision, because you just don't know. You went on instinct then. Or you just decided to accept the request of your loved one by them saying, no, I don't want this, I don't want that. And you say, okay, if they don't want it, don't give it to them, and you make that decision.
That is actually the majority of what happens if family members are able to speak. Usually weeks before the family member actually knows that they're dying, and they will tell them, don't take me into hospital. Do not take me into hospital. So that, I've never been to a house where somebody didn't say that. at the end of life.
Wow.
Right? They all want to be home. Maybe I might have had one, if I remember, but I can't remember that. The majority want to be at home, and they tell you, I do not want this. I do not want to be in a hospital. I do not want to be force-fed. I don't want tubes in my stomach or in my nose. I do not want a set of IV fluids. I am dying. This is what is happening to me, and I want to be home.
Yeah.
Right? So
A matter
I
of
hope
fact,
this helps.
as we close, apparently, one of my father's real good friends, we used to call him Woodsy. Woodsy passed away, and apparently, I was getting his story yesterday, and this just goes along the lines of what you said as we close. Woodsy apparently, like he was suffering now, and apparently he came back to Trinidad, and the family said, "But what are you doing in Trinidad? Labor Day weekend, and to come back, come up to New York and go to the hospital and whatever." And apparently he reached the airport, and it was at the airport he made the decision that he ain't going back to America to go to no hospital. And he went home, and next day they heard he died. He probably just instinctively did not want to, or maybe he knew how his body was feeling, how he was feeling. He didn't want to board a plane and take a 5-hour flight, and because I stress on the body too.
A patient dying, just like a friend would see, the patient that is dying knows that they're dying.
Yeah.
So even keeping it a secret, don't tell them. If you're getting weak, you can't eat, you can't walk, you can't move, you know that you are dying. So it's okay. I keep trying to normalize it. It's okay to talk about death and dying.
Yeah.
It's okay to normalize it, because if people don't start to normalize it, then I will keep on getting patients that are 95 and the family going, but she's not eating and drinking. They are 95 and this is their natural process. As long as I examine them and I find no other reason, it is as simple as everyone dies, and this is a normal thing that is happening, especially the not wanting to eat and drink.
All right. So I'll tell you what, Doc, thanks a lot. And next Thursday. Well, Thursday after next.
Next Thursday.
Yes.
All right. Be safe.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
So that is Dr. Watson on the inside, and of course we are in the month of September. We got to take our final break. Yes? All right, yeah. So we take the final break, we come back with some birthdays. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say that. Downers Educational Institute is the top private school in Trinidad and Tobago with 35 years experience and tremendous student success. One of the most trusted education providers in the industry. Downers offers full-time day school classes for forms 1 to 5 and evening classes for primary level standards 2 to 5, secondary level forms 1 to 5, and also classes for adults and repeaters. For CSEC, Downers covers the business subjects and is one of the few private schools that offer the science subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology as well. Online classes are currently being offered in all areas. However, Downers Educational is flexible and will adjust as the situation changes to offer both online and in-person schooling. They also offer affordable pricing and flexible payment plans. Downers Educational, located at number 92 Charlotte Street, Port of Spain. Call 627-9491 or WhatsApp 737-8006 and 471-0477. Visit their website, downerseducationalinstitute.com. Email downersedu@gmail.com or find them on Facebook at Downers Educational Institute. Downers Educational, offering success through quality education.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Okay, honey, let me call you back now. And now seeing her coming through the door, and I'm sure is the result she coming with. That's your father. He's so excited about these results. Let me see.
It's not looking very good.
Ooh. 5 in maths, 4 in English. This really not looking good. But don't worry. Just this morning, I see elders' classes advertised online. So we will go across to elders and let them put you on the right path, okay?
We offer a wide range of CSEC subjects and SAT prep classes. We are tried, trusted, and proven.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, so we're back. We got some birthdays here very quickly. 6 of them. We got to say happy golden birthday going out to Princess Carissa, coming down from mommy, daddy, sissy, brother, Lily, Tonio, Nathan, and the rest of the family. Wishing you a very pink birthday. And they love you, so enjoy your day. That is Princess Carissa. Nice, man. Also, we wish to extend 70th birthday greetings to Papa Joe, from his wife, Feroza, sons, Rodney and Ronnie, his daughters-in-law, Sharice and Renuka, and his granddaughters, Caitlin and Megan. Wishing him many more years of celebration. And Stefan, tell him don't cut too much grass for his birthday. All right, no problem. Easy. Don't go out and... like you're addicted to cutting grass out. We got 2 here. Happy birthday going out to Miss Judy. Judy, we're going on. Happy birthday to you. And may the good Lord continue to pour out his richest blessings upon you, your children, your grandchildren, your son-in-law, and your entire family. Happy birthday. And we also got to say happy birthday going out to Joseph Camino. All right. Hope you have a fantastic day. All right. And this is coming from your whole family, and they want you to know to enjoy your day. All right, lovely. It's Judy. I wonder if is Chauvin saying that. Yes, catch me. But it's Judy. I know Judy birthday is today. All right. We would like to wish a very happy 5th birthday to Shai. No, it's Shai or Shay? Shay. S-H-A-I. Shay. Shay. Shai? He's a DJ? Don't make joke. Nice one. All right, and so happy 5th birthday to our son. I feel like Shy, you know. I'm going with Shy. Shy. All right. You know what I mean? That's youth man here. All right, so happy birthday, watching all the way in Canada. This is coming from all your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your mom, your dad, your sister. They love you very much and they hope you have a best day. All right? And do your DJ thing, man. I like that vibes. Another one here. Birthday greetings going out to Mr. Charles Gulcharan. So Mr. Charles Gulcharan celebrates his birthday. Plenty pictures, boy. You would. So we sent out birthday greetings saying he's from Cap de Ville in Point Forte, and he's celebrating his 70th birthday. The greetings coming from his 6 sisters, 4 brothers, 3 sons, 5 grandchildren, and the rest of the Gulcharan family. Wishing him a blessed day, and may Allah continue to bless him and to enjoy many more birthdays to come. Nice one. Looking sharp there, man. You look like a sharp dresser. All right, and finally, right, happy birthday going out to Rosalind Ali, affectionately known as Rose. She's celebrating her 68th birthday, and we wish her all the best on a special day. Her children, Salisha, Sean, Salim, would truly be grateful if you share this heartfelt greeting with your viewers. She absolutely loves your show and looks forward to your inspiring segments every morning. It would be the world to her and to us to see this moment recognized. Thank you for making viewers feel special and for considering our request. That's not a problem. So Salisha, Sean, and Salim saying happy birthday to their mom, Rosalind Ali, otherwise fondly known as Rose. And with that, we're 15 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. we got to wrap things up for today. Tomorrow is Friday. We have a couple of the cast members joining us via Zoom for the play. You can't put foul. What? What Christian get for breakfast in the morning? Where is this? This was on Carl? You see what I mean? You have it, you give it to new boy? That was the breakfast on Carl. Carl gave them a breakfast. 2 of the other team members flew back on Carl. And they now send us a picture of the breakfast that they got. That is what? Hash browns with sausage and egg? Yeah, boy, they get nice, boy. And we get curry chicken and rice, boy. Carl get a meal, boy. Big up Carl, big up Carl, big up Carl, big up Carl. New boy get oil long? When he fly? When I was? When was the last time he leave the ground? Come on, man. No, but we had a big up Carl. Carl, always the best. Always the best. Best airline. Caribbean Airlines, I'm telling you. I will say we go and get nice on JetBlue, you know. Chris, boy? Chris, what you eat on JetBlue? A plantain chips. 5-hour flight, you know. 5-hour flight, a plantain chips. You understand? I never tell you something, eh? The Carl, the plane that we came back in on Carl, that plane came back to Trinidad in a faster time than the JetBlue plane took us to New York. It takes us over 5 hours to get to New York on JetBlue. It takes us roughly 4 hours coming back on Carl. I don't know what speed we was rolling at, but the flight was smooth. Anyway, the only thing we need now, Carl, the only thing we need is the little movie feature and the free Wi-Fi. We didn't get free Wi-Fi on JetBlue. And you had the movies that you could have watched and thing to keep you under. I watched 2.5 movies, you know. When we pass in what? Oh, we come back in the fast lane. Yeah. JetBlue take me up on the far left lane. But Carl come back in the right lane, brother man. Let me tell you something. Carl, all we need is the little movies now. That's all. And we happy. And the free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi and the movies, and we good to go. Alright? So I'll tell you what. We wrap up for today. But big up Kyle. Kendall Sharp. Good morning to you, my brother. And like I say, message me on 327-7400. My stepfather want to get in contact with you. He used to teach you. Until tomorrow we have the cast members joining us via Zoom for the play. And of course, we'll have a ton of things to talk about. All right? I already see an article we had to talk about tomorrow, fellas. Some bandits went in and invaded our home and tell the homeowner that they had to survive too. You could imagine that? Yeah. They better tell the homeowner, the victim. Soldier do the ignorance, you know, but we had to survive too. We gone.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.